My name is Robert, and I live alone in a cozy house near the edge of a mysterious and dense forest. I've always cherished the tranquility of my solitary existence, finding solace in the company of my faithful old dog, Max. However, one fateful evening, that tranquility was shattered. It all started on a cool, misty night as Max and I sat by the crackling fireplace, our only source of warmth and light. The wind howled outside, and that's when I heard it, a haunting, otherworldly wail that sent shivers down my spine. The sound was eerie, and it didn't belong to the usual night symphony. I dismissed it as a trick of the wind, but the unsettling noise continued, growing closer and more distinct with each passing night. I couldn't ignore it any longer. An unease had settled in the pit of my stomach, compelling me to investigate. With Max by my side, we ventured into the woods on a moonlit night. The forest was cloaked in darkness, and twisted branches and gnarled roots reached out like skeletal fingers, adding to the eerie atmosphere. The strange sounds intensified as we approached the heart of the forest, as though the very woods themselves were whispering secrets to us. It was then that I saw it, a figure in the distance, part man, part dog, impossible and otherworldly. The dog-man's eyes glowed with an unnatural light as it stared at us, its presence sending terror through our souls. We were paralyzed by fear, trapped in the inescapable grip of the supernatural. As the mysterious figure slowly retreated into the depths of the forest, Max and I returned home, our hearts pounding with a mix of dread and curiosity. The nights that followed were filled with restlessness, as I couldn't shake the image of the dog-man from my mind. My once peaceful life had transformed into a suspenseful and gripping ordeal. I was left with the inexplicable presence of the dog-man and the unsettling knowledge that there were mysteries lurking within the woods that I may never fully understand. The strange encounters continued, each one bringing me closer to the enigma of the dog-man and the secrets of the forest. My journey had only just begun, and my life would never be the same again. Weeks passed since that eerie encounter with the dog-man, and I couldn't get the image out of my mind. My nights were haunted by restless dreams, and my days were filled with a sense of impending doom. The inexplicable scratches on my arm, a souvenir from that first encounter, were a constant reminder of the unnatural events that had unfolded. Unable to bear the suspense any longer, I decided to take matters into my own hands. I drove into town and headed straight for the local store, where I purchased a sturdy hunting rifle. I had never owned a gun before, but the need for protection outweighed any reservations I had. Armed and with Max by my side, I returned to my house near the woods, ready to confront the inexplicable presence that had invaded my life. Night after night, I patrolled the edges of the forest, nervously anticipating the next encounter. It wasn't long before the second encounter happened. The moon was high in the sky, casting eerie shadows among the trees. I heard the unsettling wail once more, but this time I was prepared. The dog-man emerged from the shadows, its eyes glowing with an unnatural light. Without hesitation, I raised the rifle and fired. The gunshot echoed through the forest, a sound that seemed to strike fear into the heart of the dog-man. It howled in agony and fear, then swiftly retreated into the darkness, disappearing like a ghostly apparition. My heart raced, but I felt a strange sense of triumph. The creature had been wounded, and my rifle had proven effective in repelling it. I finally had a means of defense, but the mysteries of the forest were far from solved. As I stood there, breathing heavily, I knew that this wasn't the end. The dog-man would return, and I couldn't predict what it would do next. The suspense and grip of fear still hung heavily in the air, leaving me in a state of constant vigilance. And so, the story ends in a suspenseful cliffhanger. The enigmatic creature had retreated, wounded and fearful, but its malevolent presence still lurked in the depths of the forest. My life was forever changed, and the eerie secrets of the woods remained unresolved, leaving me in a perpetual state of anticipation and dread. And that's a wrap on our video, folks. I hope you enjoyed the spine-tingling journey we embarked on together. But guess what? this is just the beginning. If you had a frightfully good time and want more bone-chilling tales, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. And of course, don't be a stranger. Ring that notification bell so you're the first to know when our next terrifying story drop.